My grandfather was a drummer at a young age, and his father played violin, and his mother was an opera singer. So they wanted him to go into violin, and he didn't like it. He saw a parade, and he saw the drummers go by, and he said, that's what I want to do. And he was a drummer, young drummer with the circus, and he got another gig with a vaudeville act, so he needed a better bass drum pedal. So he went in his garage and built his own. And at the time it was small, and it was metal, and it folded up and went in your pocket. And everybody just freaked out. So they said, where'd you get that? He said, I made it. Well, make me one too. So that's how it all started. And he gradually started making more drums and accessories, and Ludwig Drum Company grew and grew. My dad took over in the 50s. And then about third grade, I started working in the factory, opening mail and stamping it received. There was some famous drummers always coming to Mom and Dad's house for dinner when they were in town. And of course, we had a drum set in the basement, and they would play it, and I was just blown away with watching them up close. And that's what really got me hooked on playing drums. But I'd been, around drums and the drumming all my life, and I loved to go to the factory and hang out and play. As I got older, I worked in every department within the factory. So it was quite an interesting trip. And then my father and I sold Ludwig Drum Company in the 80s, and I worked for the new company, along with my father, for 10 years till 91. And it was just time to move on, and I felt an urge to do something new and different. During my years away from the drum industry, I worked various office jobs. Didn't like it at all, didn't feel right. I started going to a few of the local drum shows, and I just felt so comfortable there. And people were saying, oh, it's great to see you again. And I'm like, oh, you remember me? And I just felt this, tug back into the drum world. And I felt natural there, and I felt at home there. There was a picture of my grandfather in my kitchen, and he was testing drums in the factory, and I just looked at it one day 5 years ago and thought, boy, he looks so proud and so happy. And I took it off the wall, and in my father's handwriting, it said, senior, starting over, age 59, 1940. And I thought, I'm 59, if he can do it, I can do it. So that's what got me into starting WFLIII Drums. Everybody was trying to make a different product and do things differently and do things exotically instead of the basics, missing the basics, the sound. And that's why I decided to go with a 3-ply, simple maple, poplar maple with support rings, the way my grandfather made them. He took extreme measures to ensure our quality was consistent and top-notch. And we're carrying that through today with the WFLIII drums. We concentrate and strive for perfection, but we really work hard to make the drum look as good as it sounds. The finishes are beautiful. The inside of the shell gets a lot of attention. With the construction methods that we're using, they just tune so easily. Everybody that plays our drums says, oh, the classic sound, within seconds. And I just love hearing that. To see some new endorsers using my drums on stage is really amazing. Well, it brings me back to the thought of similarities between my grandfather and I, and my father and I, and now seeing my logo up on stage is full circle of what I used to see in the old days. It fills my heart with joy to see them. Sorry. And brings back great memories of my grandfather and father, of the days that we were together. Really excited to get these drums out to everybody, young drummers, professional drummers alike, and experience the classic sound and craftsmanship.